Alright, so I just finished Metal Gear Solid 2, and I just wanted to share my understanding of Revolver Ocelot's role in the first two Metal Gear Solid games, Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2, which are canonically the third and fourth games released in the series. So, in the first Metal Gear Solid game, he's with Foxhound. They're an enemy of Snake. They are the ones who take the action and try to steal Metal Gear Rex from Shadow Moses. So enter Metal Gear Solid 2, which takes place after Metal Gear Solid 1. First off, he joins Gurlukovich's gang, but he betrays Gurlukovich for the Patriots. We don't know who the Patriots are yet, but don't forget, Liquid Snake is on Ocelot's arm now. Yes, Ocelot has Liquid Snake's arm, so Liquid Ocelot takes over and steals Metal Gear Ray while he's betraying Gurlukovich. So, afterwards, 2 years later, Revolver Ocelot joins Dead Cells, who are taking over the Shell oil facility, and actually, Dead Cells isn't the people stealing it, it's actually Solidus Snake, who is going against the Patriots. So Revolver Ocelot has betrayed the Patriots at this point, to your knowledge. But, in the end, he actually betrays Dead Cells, because Dead Cells isn't what he wants, because he actually is betraying Solidus Snake for the Patriots all along. But oops, sorry, Liquid took over again and betrays the Patriots by stealing Metal Gear Ray again. But I should mention, they're not actually taking over, the Dead Cells wasn't actually planning on taking over the Shell Corporation all along. Actually what was happening is that kidnapping the president was their actual goal, because they wanted to fire off a nuclear missile. But actually, they didn't actually want to fire off a nuclear missile. They wanted to get into Metal Gear Arsenal Gear, sorry, which is what the Shell Corporation is, a whole sham covering up Arsenal Gear. Arsenal Gear is a nuclear weapon shooting device that shoots nuclear weapons and is guarded by 25 Metal Gear Rays. Also, keep in mind that the whole philosophy is that the only thing that can beat a Metal Gear is another Metal Gear. Okay, so 25 regarding Arsenal Gear. Alright, Arsenal Gear, you get down there, you figure out, oh, it's not actually a weapon, it's actually protecting a neural net processing artificial intelligence that's controlled by the Patriots, which is a shadow group of 12 people who control everything, who actually set up every single election and control everything that happens in America. So Solidus Snake, it turns out, is the old president, so they had to kidnap the new president so that they could have the nuclear weapons code, but they didn't actually need the nuclear weapons code. I don't know why he was there. And so Solidus Snake wants to take over the artificial intelligence that the Patriots run, because he wants the identity of the 12 people that run the Patriots, known as the Wiseman's Council, because he wants to end them and end the Patriots so that people have a legacy, specifically him having a legacy. By the way, Solidus Snake, he's a perfect clone of Big Boss, by the way, not a fake clone, a bad clone of just one set of genes like Solid Snake or Liquid Snake. That should be important. So yeah, so the old president, Solidus Snake, yeah, also turns out he is the guy that raised Raiden, the guy you play as in Metal Gear Solid 2, because Raiden was actually a child soldier in an unnamed civil war that happened in the 1980s, and Solidus Snake was the leader of it. But yeah, so it turns out that actually this information, the 12 people, it got destroyed because Solid Snake and Otacon used a virus that was created by Emma Emmerich, Otacon's sister, to destroy the artificial intelligence that was created by the Patriots to control everything that's coming through in the digital age on every computer and every piece of the internet. And so what happens next is that it get destroyed, so everything's hopeless. So you end up killing Solidus Snake, because if you don't kill Solidus Snake, because then Olga Gurlukovich's kid is going to die, and Rosemary, Raiden's girlfriend, who actually works for the Patriots, is going to die too. So actually what happens is that you kill Solidus Snake, and you have to try to form your own life, and in the end, Otacon and Solid Snake actually kept the information from the artificial intelligence that the Patriots set up, called GW, and they found the names of all 12 people that ran the Patriots to the Wiseman's Committee, and actually, they've been dead 100 years.
But while all of this is happening, you have to fight off the members of Dead Cell because they think they're actually getting in on their whole idea. So Dead Cell consists of Fat Man, a dude in a giant bomb protection suit who rides on rollerblades and drinks wine through a straw. I'm not making that up. And the other members are Vamp, a guy who can't die because he just keeps coming back to life. This isn't ever explained. And Fortune, somebody who also can't die, whose father died on the tanker that was exploded 2 years ago when Liquid Ocelot steal the Metal Gear Ray. She can't die because bullets can't hit her. Nothing hits her because she has psychic powers. But actually, it turns out in the end, Vamp doesn't show up anymore, but Fortune, the girl who can't die because bullets don't hit her, she doesn't die because bullets don't hit her because the Patriots set her up with an electromagnetic shield that she didn't know about. She doesn't actually have psychic powers, but then actually it turns out she does. We also find out that Otacon, who is Hal Emmerich, son of Huey Emmerich, who we find out in Metal Gear Solid 5, was left to sea at the original Outer Heaven, left to die by Big Boss, who's not actually Big Boss, he's actually a guy who's a random soldier from Metal Gear Peace Walker, who had facial reconstruction surgery to look like Big Boss so that Big Boss would be protected. And he was left out to sea by this Big Boss's Phantom, who was the antagonist of Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, not to be confused with Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake for the Japanese MSX, and I think the NES. I don't know if it came to America or not. Okay, so, and then we find out that Hal Emmerich, Otacon, his father, Huey Emmerich, died of a drowning accident, and it had led to a falling out between him and his sister, Emma Emmerich. Emma Emmerich designed the artificial intelligence in Arsenal Gear. She claimed it was because she wanted to end up getting closer to her brother Hal because they had the falling out because her mother and her moved to London from America after Huey Emmerich died. Huey Emmerich designed the first Metal Gear. Keep that in mind too. They have a whole history of Metal Gears in their family. Okay, so Huey Emmerich, get this. He didn't die in a drowning accident like we thought. What we thought was that he died in a drowning accident and Emma Emmerich was there, and that's why she's scared of water, which is why Raiden has to carry her through the water throughout the portions of the game where she's in there. Actually though, he committed suicide because Hal Emmerich, Huey Emmerich's son, had an affair with his wife, Emma Emmerich's mother. And then Emma dies. Metal Gear.